Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley were in action at the WWE Bad Blood 2024 Premium Live event. The Archer of Infamy locked horns with his former Judgment Day stablemate, Finn Balor, who betrayed him at SummerSlam 2024 and cost him his World Heavyweight Championship. On the other hand, Mommy faced Liv Morgan in a Women's World Championship match with Dominic Mysterio suspended above the ring in a shark cage. The match ended shockingly when Raquel Rodriguez made her return and overpowered Ripley, hitting the latter with a Tejana bomb. Although the match ended in a disqualification, Morgan retained her title. During the Bad Blood 2024 post-show press conference, Damian Priest reacted to Raquel Rodriguez's comeback, which cost Rhea her title match. The Archer of Infamy revealed that they knew the Judgment Day would have some sort of backup, but the return of the 33-year-old star was a shocker. Priest also said that Mommy is going to RIP Liv Morgan and company apart. In the same interview, Priest confirmed that moving forward, he and Rhea Ripley will part ways and focus on their singles career instead of forming their own version of the Judgment Day or any other stable. We are now heading toward the Crown Jewel 2024 Premium Live event, and it seems like fans will no longer see the Terror Twins together. It will be interesting to see how Triple H will book the duo as singles superstars. Bad Blood 2024 will go down as a night filled with shocking moments, and one of the most unexpected surprises was the return of Damian Priest, making his triumphant reappearance after a brief absence from WWE programming. In classic Priest fashion, his return was dramatic, calculated, and left the WWE Universe buzzing. But what followed his return has only added more fuel to the fire, as Damian Priest has finally broken his silence, addressing not just his comeback, but also his thoughts on his Judgment Day stablemate, Rhea Ripley, and the potential fallout within the group. Fans were already on the edge of their seats throughout Bad Blood 2024, with several high-stakes matches and intense rivalries taking center stage. But no one was prepared for Damian Priest's unexpected return. After suffering injuries and personal setbacks, Priest had been off TV for weeks, and speculation swirled about when and how he would come back. The tension within Judgment Day, the faction led by Finn Balor, with Priest, Ripley, and Dominic Mysterio as members, had reached a boiling point in his absence. Priest chose the perfect moment to make his return right during Finn Balor's high-stakes match against Seth Rollins. As Rollins looked poised to deliver the finishing blow, Priest's music hit, and the crowd erupted in shock. Stalking down the ramp with his signature brooding intensity, Priest made it clear that he wasn't back just to watch from the sidelines. His presence created a distraction, but instead of aiding Balor directly, Priest's expression was one of quiet calculation, and he watched the chaos unfold in the ring without getting physically involved, at least not right away. This hesitation left fans wondering where Priest's true loyalties lie, especially considering the increasing tension between him and Balor over the past few months. After days of speculation, Damian Priest finally spoke out about his return and the brewing tension within Judgment Day in a candid backstage interview. The towering superstar didn't shy away from addressing the elephant in the room, his complicated dynamic with Finn Balor, and the potential for fractures within the once dominant faction. When I walked out at Bad Blood, I wasn't there to pick sides, Priest began, his voice steady but carrying an undercurrent of intensity. Finn and we've had our differences. Everyone's seen that. But Judgment Day, it's bigger than just Finn, or me, or Dom. We're supposed to be a unit. But sometimes things need to be shaken up. And that's exactly what I did. Priest's words were cryptic, but made one thing clear: his return wasn't about restoring order. If anything, it was about disrupting the status quo, which had become fragile during his absence. He hinted that he wasn't content with his role as Balor's enforcer, and suggested that the power dynamics within Judgment Day were far from settled. However, the most surprising part of Priest's comments came when he shifted the conversation toward Rhea Ripley, the reigning WWE Women's World Champion and arguably the most dominant member of Judgment Day. While Priest's return was shocking, he seemed more concerned with how Rhea Ripley could influence the future of Judgment Day. In recent months, Ripley has been unstoppable, both as a champion and as a commanding force within the faction. But Priest expressed some concern and admiration about Ripley's growing dominance, implying that her role within Judgment Day could lead to even more chaos within the group. Rhea, Priest said, pausing for emphasis. Rhea is a force of nature. People keep talking about Finn and me, like we're the ones who are gonna tear this thing apart. But I'm telling you right now, if we're not careful, Rhea's the one who'll RIP us apart. Priest's comments came as a surprise to many fans who have long seen Judgment Day as a tightly knit group despite internal tensions. However, it's no secret that Ripley's stock has risen dramatically in recent months. As WWE Women's World Champion, she's become a leader in her own right, with Dominic Mysterio often following her lead rather than Finn or Priest's. This shift in power dynamics has led some to speculate that Ripley could soon position herself as the true leader of Judgment Day, especially if the friction between Balor and Priest continues to intensify. Priest's acknowledgement of Ripley's strength was both a warning and a sign of respect, as he clearly recognized that her ambitions and influence could overshadow the rest of the group if they're not united. Damian Priest's comments also hinted at an unresolved power struggle with Finn Balor, which had been brewing for months before his absence. While Judgment Day has thrived as one of WWE's most dominant factions, Priest and Balor's egos have often clashed, especially after Priest won the Money in the Bank contract earlier in the year. I know people think Finn and I are on a collision course, Priest said during the interview. And maybe we are. But that's not what I'm focused on right now. I came back to remind everyone, Finn included, that Judgment Day doesn't run without me. This declaration raised eyebrows, as it suggested that Priest sees himself as indispensable to the faction's success, despite Balor's role as the original leader. Priest's return, along with his comments, could be signaling the beginning of a power struggle that might tear Judgment Day apart from the inside. With tensions already high between Priest and Balor, fans are wondering whether their alliance can survive. If Rhea Ripley, as Priest suggested, asserts more control, the internal friction could lead to Judgment Day collapsing under the weight of its own members' ambitions. Damian Priest's return at Bad Blood was a reminder that the WWE landscape can shift in an instant. His presence added another layer of unpredictability to a night already filled with surprises. But more importantly, his comments about Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor have sparked even more intrigue about the future of Judgment Day. Will Damian Priest's return lead to a full-blown power struggle within the faction? Is Rhea Ripley truly the one who will tear the group apart, as Priest predicted? Or could Priest and Balor find a way to coexist and keep Judgment Day at the top of WWE? One thing is clear, Damian Priest's return is far from the last shock we'll see. His warning about Rhea Ripley and his ambiguous stance toward Finn Balor suggest that Judgment Day is on the verge of major changes. And as fans wait to see what happens next, the WWE Universe is buzzing with anticipation. As Priest closed out his interview, he left the WWE Universe with one final message. I'm back, and I'm here to remind everyone what Judgment Day is really about. But don't sleep on Rhea because she might just RIP us all apart. Whatever happens next, one thing is certain. Judgment Day is entering a new era, and Damian Priest is determined to make his mark on it.